Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. Just want to quickly update you about VeChain because we are getting closer and closer here to the resistance of that descending wedge in which we are. So we talked about it yesterday and we said that we are here in a descending wedge that can be considered a bullish pattern. Yeah, we see currently various cryptocurrencies in a very similar pattern. We did the same before the last breakout here in July, after which we saw a significant price increase. This was only a three-wave structure, so no new all-time high. It was only a corrective wave, but nevertheless, even here after July, we saw an increase of over 200%. And of course, something similar can happen again, and maybe even more significant when we break out of this descending wedge. Because what is the first target for a wedge? It is typically the beginning of the wedge, and even back here in July, you can see that what was the first price target? You can see it was reached. This here was the beginning of the wedge from the 4th of June at around 14 cents. And that is exactly what was reached when we moved up the first wave up after the breakout of that descending wedge. This is exactly what was reached as well. The price tried to break it, failed, and actually reached even this peak here once more, and then moved down and corrected down here around 40 to 50%, after which it then broke out again and moved to a new high. But since then we have been in this correction, and now finally we can also identify this descending wedge here on the chart, which doesn't mean the correction has to be over immediately, but it is a good sign that shows that the downtrend is slowing down. And it just shows the downtrend is slowing down, and it squeezes the price sort of into an apex. Yeah, and at some point here we are going to see the breakout. The question is just, do we lose this support once more at 4.3 cents and drop once more to the next support at 3.3 cents, or do we break out straight away? And I can't answer that for you. As long as we are still in the wedge, I have to expect that we are following the wedge and that we are going to lose this support at 4.3 cents. And if we break out or not now, that would be pure speculation. We have to be patient. We have to watch the price. But what I can tell you is that I personally have already started to buy VeChain because we did hit my target area. And in this range here, VeChain can at any point in time now complete the correction. It made a lower low. It came below the low of July. It fulfilled all the requirements for completing the correction. At any point in time, it can now start to move to new all-time highs. And yeah, bullish pattern. We can see here on the chart as well that, yeah, as I said yesterday, we could identify here that bullish divergence, not only on the RSI, but also on the MACD. Yeah, can identify that where you make lower lows, basically higher lows, sorry, on the MACD. Like that, and lower lows on the price chart on the daily here. So all of that, we can see that the stochastic RSI is getting into interesting territory where we can consider it a buy. Yeah, I'm not telling you to buy, but this is typically when the stochastic RSI is getting oversold. So last time that happened, we had a bit of a price increase afterwards. Yeah, and you typically get that when the stochastic RSI is getting oversold. You see here a move to the upside afterwards. Yeah. So all of that, so all of these three indicators are looking rather bullish. Unfortunately, the ADX here is still printing a short signal. We have had this short signal since November, yeah, and this is when that red directional index line is crossing the green directional index line. The white line, by the way, highlights the strength of the momentum or the strength of the trend. You can see there is no trend at all at the moment, but we still have that short signal, and that is bearish. And also the volume has not started to pick up yet on the OBV, on the on balance volume indicator. So as soon as you see the volume pick up here and the breakout, I think we can get more confident. At the moment, I still have to assume that the low is not in yet, and that we have not seen the low, and that we are also not breaking out yet. But as soon as you are breaking out here, the first target for me would be that previous high, yeah, at 5.6 cents, and then the beginning of the wedge, which would be here at just above 10 cents, yeah, and that would be from where we are now an increase of 116 cents, yeah. And if you break that then in the next step, then you can, I think, go to new all-time highs. Then we're moving further, but 10 cents would be the first major confirmation, the first minor confirmation. So if we, let's say we break out of here, what I would want to see is not only a retest of the wedge, I would want to see a retest, or at least the price go above the previous high here of 5.6 cents. It's similar to what we saw with Gala today, where Gala also broke out of a descending wedge, and I told you how important the retest is. So I did wait, I did not open a long position, and we did the retest failed, and we're now pretty much back to square one with Gala. And if VeChain does the same and comes down again, that uptrend is over. Yeah, and then we need to wait for the next attempt. So yeah, that is pretty much my view here of VeChain. Good opportunities here, because the next major wave up, and I'm talking about a wave degree like this one that we saw from maybe June 2020 all the way into April 21. So the next price target for that next major wave, which would be a wave 3, because this was a wave 1, we're now in a wave 2, the next wave would be a wave 3. We can talk about at least a 45-cent level, but that is the absolute minimum target. Yeah, I have to repeat that, and that would be exactly a 10x from now. But if we assume we can even go higher, depending on how that price structure is looking, then we have to assume higher prices, maybe a 15x and maybe even a 20x, but that is speculation. But the minimum target for that third wave is the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, and that is 45 cents. So hopefully you liked the update about VeChain. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a like, and hit the like button. Subscribe as well, that'd be great, and leave a comment for the algorithm, please. And if you really like the content, then maybe consider to join as a channel member. Here you can get access to the Telegram live chat, the Discord server, and a weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.